I gladly welcome you to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be speaking on the topic that says every commandment of God should be observed. Let me tell you that there are people that whenever it comes to observing God's commandments, what they normally do is to select the ones they like and disregard others. They are selective whenever it comes to God's commandments. They prefer the ones that are very easy for them to keep, but the ones they find difficult, they disregard those ones. But are we permitted to do like that? Are we permitted to choose the commandments we like to keep and disregard others? The answer to this question is written in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 1. That place says, "All the commandments which I command thee this day shall you observe to do." From this verse, we see that all the commandments of God should be observed. This place did not say some of the commandments, rather it said all the commandments, which means that if the commandments of God are 50 in number, we should observe the 50. If they are 10 in number, we should observe the 10. All the commandments of God are important. If there is any of God's commandments that is not important, God wouldn't have bothered telling us to keep it. God wouldn't have bothered commanding us to keep that very commandment. But the reason why He gave us all His commandments is because all of them are important. Even if they didn't seem to be important in your sight, they are important to God who commanded them. So from this verse, we see that all of God's commandments are important. Let me take you to the book of Deuteronomy 4, verse 2. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2, that place says, "You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish aught from it." We are told that we should not add or subtract. If there are 10 in number, we shouldn't add the 11th one. If there are 10 in number, we shouldn't subtract it to be 9 or 7, as the case may be. Rather, we should keep all of them. Today in Christianity, there are people that are very selective as regards the commandment of God. There are people who know that it is not good to steal. It is the commandment of God. There are people who believe that it is not good to commit adultery. It is part of the 10 commandments. But whenever you tell them about the 4th commandment, which talks about keeping the Sabbath day holy, they will say that that one is not important. To those people, they prefer to keep Sunday holy. Whereas the 4th commandment says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. They see that one as the one that is not important. So today, the message is that every of God's commandments are important. We are meant to keep all of them. We are not free to choose the ones we like and disregard the ones we shouldn't. And disregard the ones we don't like. All of them are important, and that's the reason why God commanded them. There is something the book of Proverbs said. The book of Proverbs chapter 30, verse 5. It says, "Every word of God is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in Him." I want to take the first part of the verse which says, every word of God is pure. It did not say some of God's words are pure. No, every word of God is pure. Because every word of God is pure, we are obligated, we are required to keep all of them and not some. Had it been that this verse say some of God's words are pure, then We will look for the ones that are pure and keep them, and disregard the ones that are not pure. But here I say that every word of God is pure. Since they are pure, we are required to obey all of them. If you are a father or a mother, and you give your children instructions, maybe you say to them, sweep the house, wash the plates, and iron your clothes. Now, will you be happy if your children decided to do one and disregard others? Maybe all of them are important to you, and that is why you told them to do those things. But to these children, they just decided to do one and leave the rest for you. You won't be happy. So God gave us His commandments, and He expects us to keep all of them. We are not required to be selective whenever it comes to the keeping of God's commandments. Let me tell you this, and you will relate with it. If God should come to you with 10 blessings, if God comes to bless you with 10 blessings or 5, I know that you won't like to be selective. You will like to have all His blessings. You will like to receive all His blessings in your life. So, whenever it comes to His comments, you should also accept all of them. You shouldn't accept some and reject some. You shouldn't accept the ones you like and reject the ones you don't like. All of them are important. All of them should be observed. And finally, remember that it is your obedience to the commandments of God that proves that you are a child of God. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, drop it in the comments section.